Hey guys, Supercoach God here, and today we'll be looking at the best forwards for Supercoach 2022. Okay, we'll go from 8 to 1, so we're doing the top 8. At number 8, I've got Jeremy Cameron. Now, this may seem a bit weird, but Jeremy Cameron uh, played all. Well, no, he missed a game, but he played almost all 22 games last year. He is a great key forward for the Cats who can also play really high up the ground. I wouldn't be picking him because his scores are going to be very varied. But yeah, one week if you're going for league, definitely don't pick him because he'll get 120 one week and then 60 the next. So I think he'll probably average from around 90 to 95. So yeah, I think they'll be top 8 this year, for sure. At number 7, I've got Tanner Bruin. Now, Tanner Bruin pretty much being that main mid in a Geelong midfield. I think he'll average from 95 to 100. I know that sounds a bit hopeful, but yeah, I think he can do that. And I think especially with his new role, whereas at the Giants he wasn't getting much of a go with Kelly, Canelio, Tom Green, etc. But yeah, I think Tanner Bruin will get 95 to 100. So next, in number 6, I've got Dylan Moore. Now, Dylan Moore in the Pracky game got about 70 with 46% game time or something, which I think is insane. I heard from someone they did that a lot last year. Like his first half, he'd get 70. But I think this year's going to be an improvement. Mind you, he's not playing much mid minutes. He's playing mainly off the half forward line, but he just finds the ball very easily, and he'll kick a goal or two a game, which is great for Supercoach. In number 5, I've got Stephen Caniglio. Yeah, at his price, I actually would go away from picking him as a starting player. But yeah, I think he would have averaged more. I believe he played a game last year which saw him. Let's have a look. He had a really low score game. Yes, that's 64, 70, 37. There we go. He got that 37 against Carlton. If he didn't get that, he'd be averaging about 105. So I think he'll average around 100 to 105. There's no reason not to pick Canelio. But I'm not going to pick him this year, unfortunately. But I think the next 4 players I'm going to be picking. And I think they will guarantee top 4. Maybe Canelio sneaks in there, but with his price, I'm not going to go there. And number 4, Rosé. So Connor Rosé had 21 CBAs, I want to say, in the practice match. Got 111. There's no reason not to pick him. I think he's a great pick, and I think you almost have to pick him at that 44% ownership. I think there's 3 forwards that even the 4, you have to pick him. It's like, there's not going to be any variation in the forward line this year. Everyone's going to have the exact same forward line, and it's going to annoyed the hell of a lot of people, but that seems to be the verdict. Um, yeah, I think Rosie will probably average around 110, which I know is a lot compared to his 93 last year, but if you have a look at his stats from last year, he actually had a really poor start to the season. So, and then after this, I actually got him in at after this game, I think, which I know was probably a bit premature, but post bye he averaged a lot. His average, yeah, so his average went from 80 to 93. Like, that's absolutely nuts. Still lost that last game in my league by a point or so, even though he got 162 points. But yeah, anyway. Coming in at before we do the top three, we'll give some honourable mentions. Now I've got Heaney. I think Heaney will have another good year. Not as good as last year. I think he'll be playing all his time in the forward line. And I don't think the Swans will be as good this year, meaning not as much goals kicked. But yeah, next I got Butters. Now, Butters could either be top 5 or 15th to 20th. Especially that price, I wouldn't go near him. I know he averaged at 96 last year, but he just has these games where he will score absolutely nothing. So 58, 57, 58, 52, 58, 68, 74, and then he had a great back half, but back 5 games, but still I didn't like that. I owned him early, got out early, and went to Rosé. I think I swapped Butters with Rosé, and Rosé was about 380k. Butters was about 450. So I was pretty happy with that result. But yeah, I wouldn't go near Butters. To start your team could be an upgrade target depending on how he goes. But yeah, next, the last honourable mention is Sam Flanders. Now, Sam Flanders, this may seem weird, but I'm weird to put him in the honourable mentions, but I'm picking him this year. I think he can average around 90, maybe 92. And I think people might think that's a bit high, but his role just seems so nice. I watched that Gold Coast game and oh my god, it was elite. I couldn't find many flaws in his game. But yes, last year wasn't a good year for him clearly, but I'm gonna pick him and hope for the best. Now top 3, we've got number 3, Errol Goulden. Now this might be a reaction pick to his 188 or whatever he got in the practice game, but he looks so good. I like what he kicked 3 45 touches. Like, you can't not pick a player who's doing that. I know it's a pracky game, but still, even in a real game, that goes to 35 and 2. 35 touches, 2 goals. I'm very happy with that. So Errol Goulden definitely in my side, but and I think he can go number 3, averaging around 110 to 115. Next, we've got at number 2, Tim Taranto. So Taranto, new club, more mid-minutes. He's going to be carrying the midfield this year, along with Pressia, but I don't know, is Pressia injured? He always seems to be injured. I didn't see this game. Actually, I watched a bit of it, but in the Pracky game, he got a pretty high score. I think it was above a ton, maybe. And he looked very good. I don't see Taranto going below 110. but I don't see him going higher than 120. So in between that range, probably I'll guess 117. But yeah. Next we have our clear F1, and that is Josh Dunkley. I think everyone will have him at F1. I think Dunkley will average 120 to 130 in that range, probably 125, I'll say. I think what did he score, like 156 in the Pracky game, like 35. He had 35, was it 35 or 31? I can't remember. In between that range, touches and no goals, and got 150 something. That's amazing. So he's definitely in my side. Imagine if he kicks 2 goals in that game, he's on 180 with ease. So Josh Dunkley, you are in my side. That caps the top 8. That finishes it off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and for daily Supercoach content, and I will see you guys in the next one tomorrow.